Journey. I remember 20-something. So what we're going to do tonight is I'm just going to ask a few questions of our artist. She's going to tell us what she thinks and how she came about to come up with her thesis. So the first question that I'm going to ask you is, would you please describe your work?
So I had a hard time trying to figure out what I wanted to do for thesis to begin with. Kind of over this summer, I was just kind of reflecting, I just turned 30 yesterday. I was, yes. So I was kind of just reflecting on that. And I knew like graduation was going to be coming around the same time. So I just figured that would have been perfect to reflect on this last decade, kind of leading me into the next step in my life.
You do not look 30.
Thank you.
I would have never guessed that. So then, talking about your work, what does your art mean to you? How does that work into here?
So to me, for so long, I never even knew what I wanted to do in life. I kind of just felt like I was going through the motions, which is kind of what the beginning of this represented, like just kind of working, not really thinking about like the future much. But I kind of just found dance, and I knew that that was it for me. And I knew that that was an experience I wanted to share with other people that love art.
Did you find dance, or did dance find you?
You can say it found me. You can say that.
That was awesome. All right, could you describe your process and as you approach your work?
Mm-hmm. So I kind of thought about it, how I wanted to sketch out the whole film. I kind of outlined it at first. Initially, I wanted to kind of highlight like the beginning of the 20s, the mid-20s, and the late 20s. So from there, I just started listening to music. I started thinking of ideas and costumes, kind of just piecing things here and there together. And everything just kind of ended up flowing together. It just kind of works out that way.
It was awesome. I'm telling you, it was awesome. I saw it yesterday, too.
Thank you.
It was really good. So what is the theme or the thesis concept behind your work, and what are you trying to communicate to your audience?
So mainly that it's literally never too late to like find your passion, to find yourself, to start looking, even because I know that's the hardest part, is starting or even figuring out what it is that you want to start doing. So that's really what I want everyone to take away. Like, it's never too late. You're never too old to start again or to keep going from where you are.
Absolutely. I was 42 when I went back. So, and that makes me old. What is the most important tool that you have as an artist performer?
As a performer, I think I'm very good at picking up things. I think I'm good at just kind of jumping right into it. I'm open-minded. I love trying different genres, different styles. Like I kind of just throw myself into whatever experience is going to happen.
So this is not a question that's on here, but I'm going to ask it anyway. I saw a lot of African references in there. How did you find yourself taking those African references and putting them into the modern dance that you use in there?
So actually, when I first started my dance journey, I was a part of a dance group called Abeni Cultural Arts. And mainly, I started learning African there. And a lot of the techniques that we used in that group combined a lot of modern, a lot of jazz. It kind of just meshed a lot of those styles together. So I did take away a lot of those techniques and was inspired by it to use it in my film.
It was good. God, I keep saying that, but it was great. I'm just so impressed. What inspires you, and who are your influences?
I'm inspired literally by everyone around me, my life, my experiences, the people, the lessons, the wins, the losses, everything. Some of my influences, choreographically, I would say Tanisha Scott. I just always, even before I started my dance journey, when I was younger, my friends and I would like watch music videos and like try to mimic the choreography that we saw. And looking back, she was one of those staples that was kind of choreographing a lot of those big name artists. But I will also say, of course, Alvin Ailey, a lot of that modern technique in there. Yeah, definitely.
That's good. I see it. Stop it. I was going to say, that's an artist. If I say it again, somebody throw something at me, okay? Okay, so this is the next question. It's going to be, you're going to have to evaluate yourself. What do you think you did well in the videos?
Ooh, so I think the thing I did well was being able to turn things around. I kind of went through a lot of hard times during this process, losing videographers 2 weeks before filming, having to like recast and rework certain pieces, just a lot of things that was happening kind of back to back, which happens in life. So I think I do well at being able to just kind of roll with the punches and keep it moving.
Solving problems. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now the next part of that question is, where do you think you could improve yourself?
Being able to put more time into it. I know just in thesis in general, it's not a lot of time to get like a full project together and do every, vision that you have. But I would say definitely putting more time into my work so that way I can clean it up, make sure it's refined and the way I truly envision it.
You thought I was going to say good, didn't you? So what did you learn about the field and the specific medium, the theme, and yourself as an artist through your work?
So from Savannah State particularly, I learned a lot about technique. I learned a lot about dance composition, of how to put pieces together, about how to tell a story. So I definitely feel like I took that away, not only from this experience, but just from my experience here at Savannah State in general. And just as an artist, like I said, just to keep going, just to keep pushing through all the hard times, no matter what's going on, just if you feel like you can do it, if you feel like you envision it, just to make it happen.
I love that scene in when you're on the rooftop or on the parking garage, and it shows you sleeping, and all I could think of was, you're getting your 4 hours of sleep right there.
Exactly.
I know, I do the same thing. How does your work contribute to the academic discourse in the arts?
I think it includes a lot of the lessons that we've learned throughout this journey. A lot of, like I said, dance composition, learning how to put the pieces together, even dance theory, talking about even the burlesque piece, talking about the Black body, the sexualization of it, just a little bit of everything that I've learned from here, not only the technique, but also just everything behind it.
It was a great life story. It
Thank
really
you.
was. If you had one recommendation to underclassmen that will soon be filling your shoes, what would it be?
Don't procrastinate. Truly, don't procrastinate. And honestly, just believe in you, because at the end of the day, like, that's really all that matters. Like, if you push yourself to keep going, it's great to have a support system. My family, definitely stood behind me. My loved ones and everything, like my castmates, like, it helps to have a support system, but definitely you are your biggest support.
You really are. You really have to do it for yourself and nobody else. Maybe the audience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The applause.
All right, so when faced with making a big decision, how do you decide what is the right thing to do?
I tried not to make a decision right away. I try to think about it. I consult with my family, my partner, my colleagues. Like, I just kind of, if it's a big decision, I do try to consult with those around me, my support. But like I said, at the end of the day, I just kind of have to trust my gut and know that what I'm choosing is the right thing.
Good. I'm going to get it out of my way. So what do you do, or let's see, what are you doing to ensure you continue to grow and develop as an artist and as a performer?
So I know this isn't the end. This is really only the beginning. I definitely want to continue to learn different styles of dance, different techniques, keep going in the techniques that I already learned. I want to travel the world and get as much culture into my life so I can apply that as well. Just keep getting a life experience, because that'll just keep my art growing.
Anytime you can go overseas, go somewhere, because the lifestyle there is so different, anywhere really, other than here, because it really does open your eyes. Okay, great. Let me ask you, can we turn some house lights on? Some little brighter. Do you guys have a question? Oh, come on. Yes, ma'am.
What's your favorite part now, watching back with all of us that we've done? What's your favorite part?
Probably Good Days. I feel like Good Days, the colors, the feeling behind it. We literally just got out there and like got it done. Like, and it's the last piece. It's the piece that kind of resembles not the end of the journey, but a whole new start of a journey. And I think that one's my favorite.
What was the biggest lesson?
Ooh, biggest lesson, not to let the little things sweat you, because it's so easy. It's so easy to feel defeated, especially like everything going on, and just not to let it stop you, not to let it keep you from keeping going.
Yes.
Now that you're going to be graduating, do you see yourself more so continuing to like create and produce and choreograph, or do you see yourself doing more performing?
I want to do it all. I love creating. I love like the concepts behind everything. I love putting the stories together, the movement, the costume. Like I love that idea of putting the whole idea together. But I also love performing and learning other people's work. Like I wouldn't be anywhere without learning other people's movements, their techniques, their experiences. So I truly want to do it all. Hopefully I can, one day and have my own like one day as well. So
I was going to say, I wish we could have gotten you in the theater area for a couple
yeah,
of
me too.
shows.
Me too.
I'm going to hijack this for just a second. Those of you guys who were in this video, please stand up and take an applause, guys. Thank you. You guys were awesome also. Good. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Will there be a continuation of this specific? Like, is it going to be like a series?
It could be. I haven't really thought about it, but it definitely turns into that for sure. And, especially if y'all are all open again.
Yeah, we could call that the 30-something.
The 30-something. That's right.
And eventually you'll be at the 60-something.
And still going and still dancing. Right.
All right, anybody else? Yes, ma'am, sir.
You talked about some of the techniques that you learned. What were some of the techniques and how did you apply them in your dance?
So specifically for coming to Savannah State, like for example, I had done modern dance in my class groups and everything, but I never learned like the history of where it started. Or even ballet, for example. I never really did that before coming here. So a lot of those techniques did play a part into this film, and I definitely wanted to showcase the things I learned here.
How did you feel about opening yourself up and being vulnerable in certain parts? Because when I was watching, I was just kind of, there was a mood or an energy that sort of came up because of what you were experiencing. So how did you feel about, really putting all of that on display?
As artists, I feel like that's our job. I feel like it's our job to open up and let the world in, because there's people out there that relate and those experiences are shared. So I definitely wanted to not only expose myself, but allow other experiences to be like, you know what, I could see myself in this, or I can relate to that feeling, that mood as well.
Empathy. Yeah, you allow
Exactly.
yourself to become part of it. And we as visual and performing arts, we have our heart wide open. We wear it on our sleeves all the time. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
Speaking of empathy, and I can't think of the exact song, but the Pyramid, the Frank Ocean. I think I almost said a tear because when I was in college, I had to do that, still trying to do that, and still trying to, graduate. And I was like, oh my God, I really understand where she's coming from, and I had no idea. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to comment on that. That's probably one of my favorite pieces.
Thank you.
Just piggyback.
But that's just that. It was them 20 something, man. Please, I remember that song came out when you were
Yes.
it just brought back so many memories. I just wanted to really apply to that. It was great.
I really appreciate that. That was literally the inspiration behind that piece. I know not only did I exactly have to work job back to back, do my serving job, then go bartend right after and do my burlesque performances, but literally just getting through that, I know a lot of people in my generation, the millennials, the 20-somethings, that age group experienced that as well.
At the same time, to know that that's where we're all at now, and we're about to hit 30, or if we just hit 30, it's kind of like a breath of fresh air. Like, even being able to do that, I get it. I'm in, and sharing that story, it's deep.
Thank you. Thank you.
You touched the audience.
Thank you.
That's what we all aim for. Good. I hate that word. I'm never going to use it again. Anybody else? Come on, one more.
I just a comment. I just had it was a pleasure talking to you.
It was.
It was great working with all of you, because without you, I couldn't have did it, honestly. And like I told y'all in rehearsals, like, y'all literally made this come to life. Like, I saw each of you where each of you ended up at. Like, y'all had a purpose in this as well. So definitely applaud yourselves for that, because I couldn't have did it without you.
You guys were awesome. You really were. And you were good, too.
No tears.
All right, well, listen, thank you so much. You were just phenomenal.
Thank you.
You are a phenomenal woman.
Thank you.
And guys, thank you. Anytime you can come out and see any of our shows, our dance shows, our art gallery, any theater, come on out. We have a great time up here, and we are putting on this quality of stuff up here. You know, this is just amazing to me. This is just amazing. This is probably one of the top dance shows I have ever seen. I wouldn't say this really loud, but that was better than what we do in the theater. All right. All right, guys, thank you for coming. Everybody have a safe night. Good night.
Thank you.